Now, if this is the level of frustration that you face whenever you sit down to take notes, be it for school, college, or anything that you're pursuing, then you have come to the right video. Today, I'm going to be telling you how exactly you should make notes. Now, I'm not going to throw any jargon at you. I will tell you simple techniques that just work. That's all. Stay tuned for the video. Hi everyone, I know it's been a while since I last uploaded my video. It's been a pretty long hiatus, but thank you for sticking around and choosing to press on this video. Now, if you remember the last time we spoke about UPSC preparation, because that was the time when the exam was right around the corner, but today I really want to share some valuable content with you all. Today I'm going to focus on something which is vital for every student out there. Now, whether you're preparing for tough competitive examinations like UPSC or NEET, or you're doing a degree in business or law like me, or even navigating 10th standard, 12th standard back in school for that matter, note-making techniques are your secret weapon. Now today I'm going to show you how I organize, structure and maximize my notes for success. Now before I share my techniques with you all, I wanted to share something really cool with you all. Plus, did you know there's a way you can make money out of your notes? You heard that right. Now once exams are over, instead of letting your old notes and guides gather dust tucked away in some random folder, I've actually found a way for you to make them useful for others and also make a little extra income for yourself in the process. Let me show you how. These well-written notes can be uploaded to a platform called Study Pool where you can monetize your hard work. So Study Pool is an online global learning platform that helps students of all levels with their studies. It's a platform that pays you whenever a student downloads your uploaded notes. They also offer online Q&A, tutoring, and also have a database of millions of study documents. So Study Pool lets you sell your notes, could be handwritten or typed or in any language, and you can earn up to $10 each time someone downloads, buys, or views them. Whether it is lecture notes, class notes, past papers, or even study guides, there's a massive community of students looking for helpful resources. Some users are making up to $5,000 a month. It's super easy to use. Once you have signed up, all you have to do is head to the Sell Docs section and drag and drop your documents right there. After your documents are reviewed and approved, you will earn every time someone purchases or downloads them. To boost your chances of earnings and getting approved, upload notes that are legible, grammatically correct, and with proper optimized titles. All these will make a huge difference. Think from the perspective of a student who will spend money to purchase your notes. Also, the more you upload, the more chances you have to increase your sales. So once your document sells, you'll get a notification and you can track all your earnings here. Payments are super flexible. You can withdraw via PayPal, Wise, Payoneer, and even direct bank deposits. So if you're like me and have notes from your classes that could help others, check out Study Pool and start earning from your hard work. Feel free to check the description box of this video for more details. Now let's get back to the main video. Now let's talk about some few challenges that students face when they sit down to take notes. Now we all know taking good notes are essential for studies, but sometimes it can get really overwhelming. Now I've identified 3 key problems while we sit down to make notes, and I'm going to give firstly those 3 solutions to you all. First, deciding what to include and what to exclude from your notes. Now many students struggle with knowing what to include in their notes, often leading to having lengthy, unmanageable documents. Now the solution to this problem is only one. You have to focus on key concepts and summaries. So instead of trying to capture every single detail, just stick to focusing on the key concepts, like the main idea. And then from the main idea boils down all these little subtopics, which will be easier for you to incorporate once you have like the main body in check. Now the second problem is whether to choose between handwritten notes or digital notes. Now I'll give you pros and cons for both and then give you a solution to the problem. Now the pros of handwritten notes is the fact that first, it is highly personalized, it is easy to annotate. Thirdly, it is very convenient when you have to do a lot of retention because it helps you retain things for longer, it improves your memory, it clarifies your understanding to a very great level. Now the negatives of handwritten notes, firstly, the biggest one that comes to mind is the fact that it's very time consuming. You cannot just simply cut, copy, paste. If something is very redundant, you still have to write it if you want your notes to look very wholesome. Handwritten notes also are not searchable. It is very difficult to organize them. There could be multiple pages. You could lose them anytime. If you don't have like photocopies or digital copies on your phone, then it might become trouble. Now when it comes to digital note taking, the pros, firstly, very easy to edit, very easy to organize, very easy to search. So it's very searchable. You can type in a keyword and they'll give you multiple times you've used that keyword in your documents. Apart from that, digital note taking also allows you to incorporate multimedia into your notes. You can take any Google image and you can put it into your notes. Especially it works really well for medical students when they have diagrams of human anatomy, etc. The negatives of digital note taking is that first that comes to mind is there's a very less tactile involvement. Like you don't use your fingers. It's a very different feeling when you type something and when you write it with your own hand using a pen and paper. So a lot of that has to do with little less retention. So maybe digital note taking will need a lot of revision through and through. Sometimes people are very physical in memory, where if you write something, you'll remember it. Like you'll remember the image of it, if you're visual or whatever it is. Like it has that con. Apart from that, also the fact that digital note taking can be very distracting. You sometimes spend a lot of time editing, framing it in proper way. You have too many applications to choose from. So a lot of options create a lot of overwhelm in that sense. Now coming to the solution, try a hybrid approach. Use handwritten notes for key concepts and use digital notes for organizing and accessing information quickly. I personally use the hybrid approach. I use digital notes extensively, but when I come closer to the exams, I distill the information further, I boil it down further, and I write very precise in a tiny handwriting handwritten notes, which I can easily take in my car, or I can take it anywhere. You can do the same thing on your phone. Like if you have an application like OneNote or whatever, you can have an application on your phone. But sometimes I feel like folding a paper and having it with you makes more sense to me. So I use extensive digital note making for understanding the whole concept better, but for clarity and for near the exam, I use my own handwriting to make short bulleted points, and that makes me remember things very quickly, like rough note. Now the last point, which is extremely important, is that making sure you use your notes optimally. So if you're failing to utilize your notes effectively, it doesn't matter how beautiful or how concise or how elaborate your notes are if you're not going to read them and revise them again and again. So making notes shouldn't be a one-time thing. You have to somehow try to distill it further if you want shorter notes, and you have to keep going back at your notes to clarify and to greater enhance your understanding. So the beautiful part of note making is, until the time that you make your notes, the real effort comes after you make your notes. Now coming into personal techniques, so I will share very few short, simple, effective techniques that I personally use. It might work for you, might not. I don't know if you can call them techniques, but this is exactly what I do. Now, how I create my notes, I use a lot of methods, and it depends on the mood. It depends on the kind of subject I'm studying. It depends on the level of interest I have in the subject. It depends on how much I lack in that subject, how strong or how weak I am. So my notes match that level. Now coming to the first method, creating model answers for repeated questions. Making to the point answers for already asked previous year questions just makes your life so much easier. So, there's a certain level of confidence that comes along when you already prepare answers to a lot of previously asked questions. It gives you the right body, it gives you the right introduction, conclusion, and you can twist and turn all the material you've used in this answer to suit the needs of the question which the examiner asks. Because the wording of the question might change, but the essence truly remains the same. Now, what you see here is my second point. I write in a very small microscopic font when I have to do last minute revisions. This is because my eye likes it more when I can see a lot of questions, a lot of subtopics covered in just one sheet of paper. Next up is using bullet points for clarity. You can make a circle, you can make a square, you can make a tick mark, you can make a star, whatever floats your boat. Please break down complex information in chunks of bullet points. It will really help. Writing paragraphs will not help you. I've done that, I've been there and done that. It hasn't helped because when it's the last moment, you cannot possibly run through the whole paragraph. You need small, concise bullet points. Now, the next method is using shortcuts and abbreviations. So, let's say in constitution law or Indian polity for UPSC, if you keep writing the president, it doesn't make sense, right? You don't have to write PRESIDENT, neither do you have to write PREZ. I just write a P in a square, that means the president. I do the same for the governor, G in a square, governor. I make an arrow and the arrow can change. I know how I form my sentences, so I know what the connecting words would be, so I don't waste time writing connecting words. I write the main point. And using these shortcuts and abbreviations helps you maintain that flow in writing and helps you prevents you from breaking that flow. So it really helps. Fifth would be color coding. You could choose specific colors for specific reasons. You can use green for main ideas. You can use blue, like in law we do a lot of case laws, so I have case laws written in a bigger font or caps lock or in a certain highlighted section. Okay, so you can do some color coding scheme and it should be your personal scheme, whatever floats your boat, whatever colors you have with yourself. If you have 3-4, you allot those 3-4 colors and you allot your own meaning to it. I'm just giving you an example. Alright everyone, it's a wrap on today's video. I hope you found this video valuable and helpful to understand my note making techniques. If you have something in common with me, please let me know in the comments. If there's anything you would want to share about how you make your notes, something which I could incorporate in my study methods, I would love to know. So if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel for more such content. If you have any ideas for my future video, please let me know in the comments. Also, don't forget to check out Study Pool. Make sure that your hard work in making notes can also end up becoming like a fulfilling side hustle for you, through which you can earn extra income and also in the process help other people. Until next time, stay inspired and stay happy. Keep shining, everybody!